What if your phone had two state-of-the-art cameras and they could rotate 180 degrees? Let's find out. This is Rich Brome from Phone Scoop, here with a quick look at the new Asus ZenFone 6. I'll get to the crazy camera in a sec, but first, the basics. This is indeed a flagship-level phone, powered by a top-end Snapdragon 855 chip with a minimum 6 gigs of RAM. The Full HD screen measures 6.4 inches. Most interesting might be the 5,000 mAh battery. That is absolutely massive. And you can feel it. This phone is definitely on the heavy side, and it's not small either, coming in around the size of the Galaxy S10 Plus. But the materials are excellent, and it feels very well made. The side keys work well, including a handy shortcut key with excellent customization options. It's nice to see a 3.5mm jack and a memory card slot. The only features missing are wireless charging and waterproofing. Otherwise, this is a true flagship phone for just $560, which is a pretty amazing value. Now about that camera. The unique mechanism can do a lot more than just flip for selfies, and I'll test its durability. Naturally, tap the selfie button and it flips around. This is more than just a way to avoid a screen notch. It brings the full power and quality of the main cameras to your selfie game. Want to take selfies with a really good night mode? How about selfies in manual mode, with full 48 megapixels saved as a RAW file? Now you can. This thing is a selfie machine. But perhaps my favorite feature is that the selfie button doubles as a slider for manually controlling the motor. That makes it easy to capture low and high angles that would be difficult with any other phone. That works really well. There's also an automated panorama mode where the motor does the work for you. It works well and should make for top quality panoramas if you have a phone tripod. The manual panorama mode also works well. Then there's motion tracking, which will move the camera to follow your roving child or pet. The current software for this is unfortunately kind of half-baked. Sometimes it works well, but it won't follow small objects, and it often waits too long to move the camera. And it sometimes loses the subject for no apparent reason. And it only works in one direction, so if you set it up to move right, but your subject moves left, tough luck. That makes this a somewhat impractical feature in the real world. The camera software is generally powerful and well designed. I like that you can use the full manual controls, including long exposures and RAW mode, with both the main and wide cameras, and obviously in selfie mode as well. You're probably wondering about the durability of that camera. Asus says it's super strong thanks to the use of a special material called liquid metal. The claim actually holds up. I dropped it a few times right on the open camera, hard enough to cause a few scratches on the surface, and yet the damage was purely cosmetic. The camera remains perfectly aligned and still works great. Now the camera is supposed to close quickly as soon as the phone detects it's in free fall. This feature rarely worked in my testing. Nonetheless, the phone survived my abuse just fine. Part of the reason might be the clutch-like mechanism that lets the hinge give way when pushed. That's smart. Also, keep in mind that the hinge is only an issue when it's open, and unless you do nothing but take selfies, it'll be closed most of the time. The Asus ZenFone 6 possesses one of the most versatile and powerful camera setups of any phone on the market. The huge battery and reasonable price are also compelling. Look for an unlocked US version to go on sale in a few weeks.